Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
That's right, Taylor, 500 help. You want to call them to get you ready for the fall season. Have them come out and service your furnace. You want to make sure that is up and working good. This morning it was 44 degrees. You want your furnace to be ready to go when it really gets chilly. So call Taylor for their Plumbing Safety Essentials Plus plan and save $100 on a Bradford white water heater. Get free diagnostic fees and no overtime charges on emergency repairs. Of course, Taylor 500 Help does duct cleaning, air conditioning, heating, plumbing, home energy, and comprehensive maintenance plans. Since 1947, they've been doing it the right way. It's Taylor 500 Help. Precision Lawn and Garden for your snow blowers, for your chainsaws. If your lawnmower crapped the bed this summer and you thought, you know what, I'm not going to buy another one until next season. The great thing about Precision Lawn and Garden in Webster is they have on sale models that you can sweep in, get one of those really great lawnmowers that you've been wanting, and you're going to get it for sale price. So that's a great thing. Rochester's lawn specialists since 1969. They have chainsaws, snow blowers, zero turn, whatever you need at Precision Lawn and Garden. Talk to Kimberly and Justin. They're right up there in Webster. And Express Sealers, because nothing makes your driveway and curb appeal look nicer than Express Sealers. Call Brian, 645-2010. Get your driveway sealed before it gets too cold and the snow starts falling. You don't want that, because next spring then you're going to be dealing with a cracked driveway that's fallen apart and doesn't look great. 645-2010, 645-2010. That's Express Sealers. Please support our advertisers because they support the We the People Podcast Network and Kimberly's Revolution.
How you feeling, sweetheart?
Oh, yeah. Call me sweetheart. I just adore that.
Live from the We the People broadcast studio in cloudy 64-degree Irondequoit, New York. She's a little bitchy today, so go get a cocktail, sit down, because you never know what's coming out of her mouth. Here's Kimberly Ray.
I've already threatened Tom once today, but here I am.
Where's Beck?
I am. Here I am. Well, he's not going to help you. It is Kimberly's Revolution. We are live here today. It is Wednesday. It is Hump Day. It is National Coffee Day.
Ooh.
National Coffee Day.
I had my share.
I do love me some coffee. I'm a big coffee girl. It is Kimberly's Revolution. I'm Kimberly, joined by Chad Hummel that's sitting across from me. Of course, Just Tom is here.
Not today.
Just Tom is... I've just decided I'm not going to talk to Tom the rest of the afternoon.
That's perfectly fine with me.
That's all He goes, I don't respond well to bitching. And I'm like, that's all I do.
I work with children.
So
I do two things.
I'm 28, Chad.
and Austin, of course, is here in the room. And he's here. Where's Austin? Give us a thumbs up. There he is.
This is the We the Children Network. It used to be the We the People Network.
Like, I asked him for one thing. I asked him for one freaking
What did
thing.
you ask him for?
I sold the new build, the ranch new build in Greece.
So you made the company some money.
I made the company some money, and I asked Tom nicely yesterday to go out and put the sold sign up on the new build.
Right.
And he said, okay, I'll do it. And I said, don't forget to take a picture. And then I asked him to look over something else because I'm trying to decide if this house is overpriced. And I said, hey, can you take a look at this and tell me, in your opinion, is it overpriced? And he neither took the picture nor looked at the property because he had to go out to North Greece to put the sold sign up.
It took 3 hours to do that.
It took 40 minutes of your day. And
That's it.
It's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock. So I'm like,
listen, princess.
Yeah.
Dead air.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, is that all you got?
Yeah.
It is National Coffee Day. I found this little meme because I thought it was cute. There we go. Someone told me the other day that you can freeze leftover coffee into ice cubes. And I'm like, what in the world is leftover coffee?
Nice.
That should be my husband. Back in the day when we first got married, I would make coffee because we did not live. I had a daughter and I had just been divorced, and I didn't want to. Not that I judge, but I didn't want to let just any man come into the house and spend the night without some kind of a commitment. So he was never allowed.
Wait, what does this have to do with coffee?
I'm getting.
How do you define some kind of commitment? Oh, honey, I love you. I love you so much, honey.
Oh my God, you guys are gonna annoy me today. So I didn't allow him to come in because I thought it would be a bad look for my 9-year-old daughter at the time. So I'm like, you're never staying in the night unless we get married. So we did get married, and then I would make coffee. That night we did get married, and I would make coffee, and he would say, "Don't throw it out." And I'm like, "What do you mean? I'll drink it in the morning."
Ew.
I'm like, no, but that's what he does. He will make coffee. He will let it sit.
What's wrong with that guy?
It will sometimes sit until the next day. And then he will drink the coffee, a day old coffee, when he gets up in the morning at like 4:30 or 5 or whatever time it is.
Is Rich watching right now? Is he listening?
He will be. He's not. He's just getting off work right now.
Rich, what the hell's wrong with you?
Is that kind of like eating cold pizza out of the refrigerator?
Oh, that's the best though.
Yeah,
leftover pizzas.
That's cold, old coffee is just
that's brutal.
Gross.
Every once in a while, I'll have maybe just a sip or 2 sips of coffee left in a cup on my desk.
Yeah.
It'll be in my 7-Eleven cup or in my Dunkin' Donuts cup. And then the next day I'll come in with my new 7-Eleven cup or my new Dunkin' Donuts cup. And at some point in the day, I'll accidentally pick up the cold one.
And it's like,
and take a swig. And yeah, it's.
My husband would drink that like it's okay.
No.
Like it's the best ever.
I spit it out all over my legal briefs.
No worry. Sorry, Judge. It's all stained.
I'll leave that one alone.
I'm sure the judge has heard that before. It's all stained. So yeah. So hey, everyone. Oh, we want to thank Julie again, who brought us in like what, a bushel of apples?
Oh yeah, some more Honey Crisps showed up today. I've already had a few of those from
like
the party.
one of those
reams
of paper copier boxes.
Yeah, those apples are fantastic. It is apple season, of course.
Really good
here in upstate New York. And
thanks, Kirby.
Kirby's apples are the best. So if you get a chance, and I think they have a U pick. Julie said she went out and picked them herself.
Is that like a scratch off ticket?
So those are hand picked.
Hey, Freedom. Hey, Christopher. People are talking about our party from last week.
It was a great party. How can people get
a lot of fun?
Okay, so people who didn't make it are wanting the t-shirts. Just Tom?
All right. Well,
all right.
There's 3 ways to do this.
Okay.
Oh boy.
One is you can just get your ass here. Right.
Come down to the studio. Check it out.
Here is where?
Here at 530 Titus Avenue.
Are you going to be here?
No.
Probably
exactly.
not.
Yeah, right. Because why would Tom come into work?
He'll be out taking pictures of your signs.
Yeah.
For you.
No, he doesn't even do that.
I'm taking care. I'm taking care of.
Sign.
I'm taking care of your needs, princess. That's all you have to worry about.
Okay. Nah. Well, if that's how you define taking care of, you are sorely lacking in that department, mister.
So we'd like to thank Maureen. She ordered a T-shirt. Now,
yay, Maureen.
She did it through the Tax Opposer. So if you go to the taxopposer.com.
Another website?
Yes, because we don't have ours up and running yet. But if you go to the taxopposer.com and it says pay online.
Thetaxopposer.com?
Thetaxopposer.com.
Okay.
And at the bottom.
Which, by the way, will fight your taxes if you do believe you have been reassessed.
Yes.
Poorly or wrongly.
So basically, we're laundering T-shirt money through the unincorporated We the People podcast network through another non-incorporated tax assessment reduction business. That makes sense to put that out in the air.
The IRS here's nothing. La 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 la.
So anyways, go to the Tax Opposer and it says pay online. And when you pay your $20 with a credit card, it will just put in your name and your address in the memo and we'll get it to you.
Okay. And you'll help feed a family of 4 in Irondequoit.
The other way is you can just
instead of just eating free apples from Kirby's.
The other way is you can just Venmo me at Thomas Morgan not hashtags. What's the hyphen? Was that a hyphen? What's the slide thing?
Can we just stop?
Dash.
Okay.
Morse code.
At Thomas Morgan -105.
I'm glad we got it figured out.
Yeah,
I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we have it all figured out.
And I will hand deliver you your T-shirt.
Wow, you are so nice. Steve So yeah, in fact, Steve had messaged me this morning and wants to buy one. Yes, your Striker, your $20 went to feed Chad's family.
Yeah, family of 6 actually, Striker. That's 4 children. Family of 6. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Exactly. Speaking of scratch offs, I just want to say this is my luck. This is the Ray luck. Okay, so this guy won the lottery. It was like $50,000 in the lottery game. But before he could cash the lottery ticket, he drowned with the ticket in his pocket. What happens is he got drunk. He lives in Caseville, Michigan.
I was just going to ask, did he drown in a glass of whiskey?
He was in his boat, which I am assuming is on one of the Great Lakes there in Michigan.
Hunter Biden?
Would that be Lake Michigan? There he is.
Is that
There's
Hunter?
the guy. There's the guy in his lottery ticket.
Wow.
So is Michigan surrounded by any other lake rather than Lake Michigan?
A lot of them.
Superior.
Lake Huron, Lake Superior.
It touches it?
Lake Michigan.
Okay. So what happened is the guy got drunk, fell out of his boat, hit his head, knocked himself out, and he drowned.
That is awesome.
And the moral of the story is
Don't ever win a scratch-off ticket.
you scratch your, so, turn your
Don't
scratcher
drink in boat.
But don't drink in your boat. So the guy is 57 years
What
old.
the hell else do you do in a boat, Chad?
Never got to cash in his lotto ticket. I'm like, that would be so me.
Did somebody find it? The ticket?
Well,
Obviously, right?
They found him and they found his body and they found the lottery ticket that he won that he's showing there at the bar where he bought it.
And now his wife just found out that he has 17 girlfriends because they all showed up for their cut of the ticket.
But the good news is that they did give him, they gave the winning ticket over to his relatives, whomever they
Really?
were. Yeah,
That's
they
surprising,
did.
actually.
The winning ticket was handed over to his relatives. And I don't know if that means his kids or if he had a wife. Or I'm thinking if he was drunk out on a boat, maybe he doesn't have a wife. I don't know what his situation is. Well, his situation is he's dead.
Yeah, there you go.
And then his relatives just got a little richer.
The situation is he flatlined himself.
Right. And I was thinking to myself, coming over here. So my mom is you asked how my mom was.
Yeah, how's Lois?
All right. Well, Lois is driving me crazy. Because let me tell you why.
I mean, like you're driving me crazy?
You know what?
Does this in
All right,
the Ray
let's
family?
refocus.
My stuff is work related, just Tom.
Wait a minute, you work?
I just sold a house.
Congratulations.
Yes, to a couple that are very excited about picking out all of their stuff. And there could be more of those coming down the line if you just do what I say and be nice.
I am your support system.
Okay. So my
Lois,
mom.
back to Lois.
Thank you.
Leave that thing alone over there. All right, let's focus. Come on.
I know. So my mom just had her flu shot, whatever day it was.
Her
Today's
third
Monday.
or 4th or 5th?
She had her flu shot. She gets a flu shot.
Oh,
every
flu shot. I'm sorry. I have COVID on the brain.
In April, she had her second vaccine, right? So she's fully vaccinated. My mom is obsessed with the booster. When am I going to get the booster? Are you going to make me the booster? Are you going to make me a booster? Did you make the booster? Did you look on the Walgreens web? And I'm like, Mom.
It's just sugar water anyway.
For God's sakes. I will get to YouTube in a second. That might be a problem. Hi, Mimi. How are you? It is good to see you. And Rich Martinez. So I'm like, Mom, you just had your flu shot. You had your second shot in April. I think you have to wait 6 to 8 months, right? Are they saying 6 months or are they saying 8 months? I find it very problematic that the CDC doesn't even know how long you should wait before you get your booster. First, they said 8 months. Now they're saying 6 months. I'm like, what the hell? How much poison can you pump your body full of? So anyway,
Well, there's a few bottles of empty whiskey in the other room.
I said, Walgreens is only booking out a week for appointments. Well, what does that mean? I said, well, Mom, they're only booking out a week. So if I make your appointment today, that means you have to go get it next week. That's what that means, booking out a week. She's not a dumb woman. She's very sharp mentally, but she likes to play these games with me that irritate the living shit out of me, right? And my mom and I have an interesting relationship. It's not like you and your mom, very loving, not like you and your very sweet mother. My mom is not. So
wow.
She's like,
did you hear that, Mom?
I want to. She goes, well, I need to get the booster. I'm like, you never go out of the house. Sometimes you go to the casino, but you're already fully vaccinated.
Yeah, but you're going to bring her the COVID, Kimberly.
So anyway, I told her we cannot get the booster until November. Stop bugging me about it. I can't make your appointment now. Well, what happens if they're all booked up? I said, Mom, what part of they're only booking a week out do you not get, It's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. You will love this.
Why don't you send her to take that picture of that sold sign for you? Get her out of the house.
Yeah, that's it.
Lavelle says Lavelle wants to buy a house.
Lavelle,
Kimberlina,
I'll help you
Come on,
buy that
Lavelle.
house, Lavelle.
Let's get it
Kimberlina,
on.
wait a minute. I don't understand. What does that mean when you book a week out?
You
I don't
make
get
the
that.
appointment. Oh, okay. Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So
It's a good thing you guys are across the table from each other.
I don't know if this has affected us on YouTube yet. I don't know how. Do you know that if Austin, if our YouTube has been affected on any of our shows
Oh,
of Kimberly's
yeah.
Revolution?
I heard
no,
this.
not.
Yeah, we went
Not
from
recently.
5 viewers to 4 last week.
Okay, no, that is not true. We get hundreds of people that watch. YouTube is banning all prominent anti-vaxxers and blocking any and all anti-vaccine content. Now, I think we've said here on the show before, if you want to go out and get a vaccine,
We love the vaccine.
you are absolutely welcome to it. We don't judge you if you go out and get the vaccine. If you want to
well, Chad will.
Speak for yourself.
if you want to vaccine up, that is fine. But as part of a new policy aimed at cutting down on anti-vaccine content, YouTube is banning any and all videos that claim that commonly used vaccines by health authorities are ineffective. Now, however, I want to tell you, the company never blocked any anti-vaxxers prior to COVID, like the measles or the chickenpox or, the polio. Anybody who was anti-vax in that respect, they never blocked. But all of a sudden with COVID, if you're an anti-vaxxer and you are spouting anti-vax stuff, they're going to ding you and your YouTube is going to go away. That's what I have to tell you about. So
we love the vaccine.
It is cracking down on freedom of speech. It is cracking down on the other side of information. But according to YouTube and Google, they view any anti-vaxxer information as misinformation. And I've always said, I think there's something to be said for measles and smallpox and chickenpox. COVID is not that, right? COVID is not polio. COVID is not smallpox. COVID isn't any of those. COVID is a virus, just like the flu.
Are we allowed to report
reported
statistics?
What kind of
No.
statistics?
I just sent Austin a link to a news story. I'm not sure if he's able to pull it up this quickly for us or not. From WBLK.com. Nearly 80,000 New Yorkers who have tested positive for COVID-19 are fully vaccinated. Breakthrough cases reported to the New York State Department of Health were 78,416 as of September 20th, 2021, according to Governor Kathy Hochul.
You're using your radio station website's news story?
According to Kathy Hochul,
Uh-huh.
the news story
Chad,
quotes.
the devil's advocate to that is how many millions of people have been vaccinated. So
And I will
What
just
is
have
it,
to tell you,
78,000 is a drop in a bucket.
our
compared to-
governor,
0.7%.
yeah,
Oh, there you
Answer
go.
your question.
0.7%.
our governor is lying as well. And let me tell you why. Governor Kathy Hochul said this afternoon that due to the staffing shortages at hospitals and clinics
That she
statewide
created
that she created by the mandate,
single-handedly.
she says that there have been 0 facilities shut down. And that is absolutely not true, because I will tell you there are some U of R labs that have been shut down because all those patients were Monday at the U of R lab where my mother was. And I heard the employees talking about how the 3 other labs in the Greece area have been shut down and closed because there's not enough individuals to staff those clinics, those U of R labs. Plus, the hospital in Canandaigua, what's that called? Thompson Hospital?
Memorial. Yeah.
Thompson has 17
FF Thompson Memorial.
1,740 employees. 76 of those are unvaxxed. 3 have medical exemptions, and 73 have religious exemptions. So, as of yesterday afternoon, HR at Thompson Hospital in Canandaigua had processed 52 resignations related to the mandate. support positions, what have you, nurses, whatever. They've closed the urgent care in Farmington because they have no employees to staff it. The hospital cafeteria at Thompson Hospital in Canandaigua is closed. The staff is asked to clean their own offices. All elective surgeries are off. And I
to
think
take their own pictures of sold signs.
I think elective surgeries are off at Strong, is my understanding as well. And the 178 bed nursing home that Canandaigua Hospital, that is not funny. The nursing home that the Canandaigua Hospital runs, they are accepting no more patients. But you're right, Governor Hochul. There have been no issues when it comes to staffing across the state of New York. You know as well as I know that is a flat out blatant lie.
Of course she does. She was preparing to mobilize, and she still is preparing to mobilize the National Guard.
Of course.
When does the National Guard get mobilized in any state? We won't mobilize the National Guard when they were burning the city of Rochester down in July of 2020.
They mobilize the National Guard if you've had a hurricane, devastation. Yeah.
So what is she talking about? She's preparing the National Guard. Of course she knows that there's a problem that she created.
Stryker says, no elective surgeries at Strong for 2 weeks. And you cannot, it is, I don't know if she's just not been fed the right information. I don't know if she is lying and knows the correct information, but the correct information is there are facilities that have closed due to the staffing shortages, due mainly to the mandate that was handed down on September 27th. That everyone must be vaccinated. Works for U of R Healthcare.
Now I know I'm teeing Chad up for this one, but
boy.
What's the point of health insurance? What's the point of paying for your health insurance? What's the point of all this if nobody's going to be there if you need it to take care of you?
So are you saying stop paying your health insurance?
Don't cry to me. I canceled mine 12 years ago.
How could you cancel your health insurance?
I did. You just do. You know how much money I've saved? At the time,
you have all those kids.
Back in 2000,
kids are always sick.
And in 2009, at the time I canceled it in 2009, my premium jumped from $9,000 a year to $12,000 a year. So what would it be now?
Wow.
And that was in 2009. This is 2021. So that's what, 12 years, roughly 11 or 12 years times, let's say an average of 15,000 a year. Mm-hmm. I've saved a couple $100,000, right?
Well, I don't know.
I've only spent a couple thousand.
Okay.
I tore my ACL, had to get an MRI. That was $700. The doctor's visit was $100. I've spent a few hundred, maybe a couple $1,000 at most. And I've saved $250.
But I just what if something happens?
That's what everyone says. What if something happens? Well, that's life.
Yeah.
What if something happens when you get in your car and drive down 590? What if something happens? People have trees fall on them and kill them all the time.
I knew someone that happened to.
It happened on Empire Boulevard a few years ago. It happened, several times in the Rochester area just in the past few years. So, shit does happen.
It did.
In the meantime, I'll save my money though.
Yeah. Okay.
Until shit happens.
All right. Why? So Sarah says none of it makes any sense. Brittany
Welcome
says,
to 2021,
I know
Sarah.
nothing makes any sense. Unelected garbage. She wants a military takeover. We don't use the military when, it was a Trump thing, but now it's a good thing. It's a bad thing if Trump wanted to send in the National Guards anywhere, but if it's if it's a Kathy Hochul thing, then it's an absolutely good thing. There is a university in the UK, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is going on in other places, but I just saw this morning on social media. And in the UK at a university in Bath, first year students have been given armbands. They're either armbands or wristbands by authorities to signal whether you've been vaxxed or not vaxxed, so that people can tell you apart if you've been vaxxed or unvaxxed. Yeah, that's happening. Now, you said Austin, have you been to the university? Because when I think of Bath, I think of
390.
I'm going to go down 390 and I'm going to go through Bath, right? Is that's not that Bath?
You think of that radio show host on another radio station that lives down in the southern tier?
I don't know who that is. I have no idea. Yeah, but that's not this.
No, there's a bath in England. It's a beautiful place.
Who cares
the Roman baths in England are wonderful.
And you've been there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like in the University of Bath. It's this old, university. It's really, really like architecturally.
Are they prone to Nazism there? I mean, I'm just asking.
Well,
the
yeah,
question.
you got to dodge the SS officers while you're going through there. But the architecture, while you're hiding like underneath it, it's like, it's incredible.
So first year students at the University of Bath are given wristbands or armbands, whatever they are. And all I could think of was this. All I could think of was this, what I'm going to show you right here. There you go.
There you go.
There's your notification that you've been vaccinated or not vaccinated, right?
I'm going to get one of those.
Congratulations.
Why is it only first year students?
I'm not sure, because they're probably the ones that go out and party them. I don't know. I have no idea.
Why can't they wear Apostle Hochul's vaxxed necklace that she had on?
I did see that.
Yeah, Austin coined a great phrase. I was wondering, I was on my show yesterday, and I said I referred to Andrew Cuomo as King Andy, King Asshole, Emperor Andy, and I was trying to come up with a name for Hochul.
Governor Hochul.
I've referred to her as Queen Hochul. And the wonderful Austin came up with Apostle Hochul.
Oh, there you go.
She declared herself to be an apostle of Christ.
She certainly did.
So it's now Apostle Hochul.
She has a direct line to God. Do you have a direct line to God?
I do not.
She says that God would want you to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
And
and she stood there in her black.
I'm in awe of someone that has a direct line to God. I mean, you can't call him on a payphone because they don't exist anymore, right?
Well, across the street.
Once
George Burns died, wasn't that pretty much the end of it?
Can I call him on my cell phone?
Austin, do you know
will
who
he
George
answer
Burns
or will
is?
he text? Does God text?
There you go.
I mean, I just wonder, will God text me back? Because no one answers the phone anymore, right?
I would go with FaceTime.
You don't want to leave a voicemail for God, right? Because he's not going to listen to the voicemail.
Well, if he tries to call me, I won't answer.
Yeah, you think he would do a FaceTime if I FaceTimed God? I don't know.
Austin, would you answer if God called?
Oh, sure.
And how do you know it's God? Does it come up as just like a cloud?
It comes up telemarketer, Kimberly.
Is God going to be wanting to know about my warranty?
Right.
I
think God's been giving her bad information. He's the guy who told her that there was no shutdowns because of the vaccine mandates.
Oh,
yeah.
God doesn't have the right information.
Yeah, the person who's telling her he's got it. He's like, yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Somebody better alert the Vatican, because this is like a qualified miracle. They got to send one of those, Pope dudes out from the Vatican City.
And, well, the Vatican's all in for the jab.
They're the ones that will look in, to whether there's a miracle that it's occurred. And our governor has a direct line to God. I think that's pretty much a miracle in the works, don't you?
All kidding aside, she may have a direct line to the Vatican. The Vatican may have authorized those statements. Maybe they ordained her to give that speech.
That's what we need. Yeah. Politics and religion getting together with the 1-2 punch of crazy.
The Pope said
the 1-2 punch of crazy: religion and politics.
Yeah, it's the church and the state working together once again. Again, we always say.
Didn't we always say separation of church and state?
The left did. The left has used that mantra that they claim to be rooted in the Constitution, which it's not. But the left has used that mantra to explain, in their words, why God needed to be removed from society. For the past 50 years, that's all they've done. That's all Kathy Hochulites have done for 50 years, is declare this arbitrary separation of church and state. God can't exist in the confines of the government. And now Kathy Hochul gets on stage with her vaxxed pendant in front of a black backdrop, all dressed in black, and declares that she's speaking for God. And she's the governor. It's the most preposterous, absurd, twisted,
because you know why?
Do as I say, not as I do leftist speech that you could have ever received.
It benefits them now.
Of course.
It benefits them.
They have nothing left but God.
That's it.
Isn't that amazing? They did nothing
that they've disavowed for
50
so long.
years. For 50 years, they disavowed God.
Yes, it's science. Science. It's not God. It's science.
And now they have no science, so they try to stand on God. These people are disgusting.
I'm surprised lightning didn't strike yesterday.
Oh, I wish it would have.
Yeah. So do we have the other little meme? I thought that would be.
Is this one going to be funny, Kimberly?
It might be.
Wow.
See.
This
Can
is
you
very
see
funny.
it? I just want to be left alone and leave other people alone.
Perfect.
Oh, my TV says you're a domestic terrorist. See, I think I get a kick out of
That one
those.
is funny.
I
went
like
to the
those. I think
Capitol
they're
on
funny.
January 6th. My TV says you're a domestic terrorist.
Oh, well.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
That's beside the point.
Yeah,
Shocker.
Exactly. So I just, I look at stuff like that and I think, where have we gotten so sideways?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Completely sidetracking here.
Okay.
Did anyone get any reports as to what the attendance was like at the Bills game on Sunday? Did they see any
It was
effect?
packed.
Yeah.
It was a sold out house. It was
Okay.
packed.
So now, have you talked to anyone that went to the game? Did they actually screen for COVID vax?
I have not,
and
but
how did they do it?
Kimberlina has actual information on this because you said that you heard people just were able to go through and
flash your card,
flash any
a
card.
Yeah.
Flash any
something.
card.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Something.
Subway card, anything?
I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but someone gave me a vaccination card.
And you probably don't want to say who that someone is on the air.
I don't know who that someone is.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who that someone is.
So do you think
if
that
you
you're
asked me who it was?
Do you think that you're lawfully or unlawfully in possession of a COVID vaccination card right now?
It's not against the law. There's no law that states that. First off, the vaccinations aren't required by law.
If I were you, I'd call Jim Hinman immediately.
They're a mandate, right? So follow me because I'm not smart about this stuff. You're the smart one. So if the vaccines aren't a law, how can you be breaking a law with a fake card for a vaccine that's not a law?
You know what?
Riddle me that.
If that's the argument that you want to go with in front of the grand jury that's been impaneled to indict you, by all means, it sounds like a good argument.
How can you indict me for something that I haven't broken the law?
I don't know.
So I'm showing a card that may or may not be a real vaccination card, but if the vaccination isn't a law and it's not a law, how can I be breaking the law?
If you're driving down 590,
Oh boy.
And
you're
you have
not-
a driver's license. That's not
Listen.
an argument. You're required by law to have a driver's license.
how do you know what I'm about to say?
Because I know
If
where
you're driving
going.
down
and
590
you don't have a driver's
and
license,
you're going 55 miles per hour
which is the speed limit.
and your equipment's operating properly
Okay.
and your car is properly registered,
Sure.
properly inspected,
Uh-huh.
and you have a valid driver's license,
Mhm.
and you look in your rearview mirror and you see lights and sirens, are you going to pull over?
Probably, if he's right behind me.
Exactly.
But more than
so
likely,
you weren't doing anything wrong,
he's
right?
going to go around me.
Well, no. What if he pulls you over?
Well, then I'll get
you
out
gonna
my
stop?
driver's license and say, what have I done wrong?
Yeah.
You're making no sense. That's not even a valid argument.
What are you talking about? The point is that you're gonna do what you're told to do, whether you broke the law or not.
Yeah, but
You're not just going to keep driving. You're not just going to say, screw this. I'm not pulling over. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going 55. I have a license. My car's registered. It's inspected. You're pulling over.
Right.
People
of
ask me
course.
all the time, can the cops do that? Do they have a badge and a gun?
Yeah, but generally
Yes, you're
most
gonna
people,
do it.
most people are not, following the law. They're doing something. They're on their phone. They got caught on their phone. They are inspections.
They don't have a mask
sticker.
on while they're outside at a baseball game.
They're
I mean, they're doing something
All I'm
illegal,
saying
right?
is I am taking that Vax card and I am using it at the Bills game. What law am I breaking?
You'll find out.
You're not.
I'm not breaking a law because there's no law to
Well,
begin with.
Well, will the card be filled out? Or will it just be blank?
It might just.
I mean, are you gonna forge some doctor's signature on there?
No, of course not.
So you're just gonna flash a
because
blank card?
forging some doctor's name on it would be forgery.
What if Tom signs it? Just Tom. Have him sign just Tom.
I'm a doctor.
I'll have you sign it, just Tom.
All right.
Then you guys can share a jail cell. All right. So anyway,
But it's
I
not
was just
against.
curious, honestly, about
Well,
You
if
know,
I
what
was going to
the-
share a jail cell,
It's-
Chad, Kimberly would be the one I would pick.
It's my understanding that there were people there that were flashing cards
that weren't vaxxed
that weren't vaxxed.
and they got in.
Good
and
thing
they
it's
got
not
in.
a Grateful Dead concert.
because
Good for them.
the people checking don't really give a rat's ass.
Exactly. And the Bills don't give a rat's ass.
And their bills don't give a rat's
and
ass.
the Bills probably had an unwritten rule, so
Right.
to speak. They had a meeting where on a wink and a nod, they
right.
told their staff, fuck Mark Polinaritz, the county executive.
Oh yeah, pulling carts.
Pulling carts.
Pulling carts, yeah.
Polish arts. Polish. Pola bastard.
Did you say Pola farts?
Pola
You're-
something.
Your wife is Polish.
Oh, is he Polish?
Yes.
Who was
yes.
My bad.
Who
I
was
think
the
he is,
guy?
yeah.
I know
Who
some
was,
good Polish jokes.
He's Ukrainian or Polish.
who
one
was
of
the
two.
guy walking around the outside of the stadium going, "You want tickets, vaccine card, tickets,
Same
vaccine
guy.
card."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
that guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need tickets. You need a vaccine card.
Yeah,
The guy
nobody
that's-
wants tickets anymore. They're just that's that guy.
The
Yeah.
guy that's still
He's just-
selling the T-shirts from when they didn't win any of those 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. They're scalping Vax cards now. Exactly.
It's a
Right.
great idea.
So anyway, you're listening to Kimberly's Revolution on the We the People podcast network, and we appreciate it. Of course, we appreciate our advertisers, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture, which we gave away a service.
Big prize.
Big prize, Fantuzzo's
prize.
Acupuncture. And so we want to give a shout out to that winner. She was very grateful to get the gift card to Fantuzzo's Acupuncture. You want to feel better. They do all that kind of stuff there, acupuncture, treatments, whatever you need.
I don't remember. She was friends with Michelle. That's all I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
And-
wanted to point out?
What?
So Striker 1B, I met him. He was at the party, and he just posted here on our board. It says 100% correct, Chad, with an exclamation point. And of course, my first thought was, what is he referring to?
Right.
But then, of course, I immediately thought he's referring to everything I say.
Okay, because you're
Shocker.
always 100% correct. No, not at all. Not on the vax.
Why are
card,
you
you're not.
deleting that comment, Austin? He's
I
hiding.
no, I
Jeez.
displayed it for everyone to see. There he is. See, now everyone can see what you're talking about.
Okay.
So there you go. Also, we thank Taylor Heating and Plumbing. It's Taylor 500 Help. Make sure you get your furnace service as we head into the fall and winter months, as it's getting a little chilly. And also Express Sealers. They do your driveways. Call Express Sealers and have them come seal your driveway before winter. And Precision Lawn and Garden, where you can get the best snow blowers and, of course, lawn mowers and chainsaws, whatever you need for your fall cleanup. Go up to Precision Lawn and Garden in Webster and talk to Kimberly and Justin, and they will help you out. So in this whole budget calamity, you want to talk budget? Where do you want to go? Does it matter where we go?
I will go wherever you lead me.
Is that
I will
Miss
go
leader.
Hochul. Miss Hochul.
where no man has gone before.
You know what? I'd rather play you the college video. This is a video
I like college videos.
that was trending on social. Not that kind of college.
Remember
Girls
what was
Gone
that?
Wild?
Girls
No,
Gone
sorry.
Wild. Thank you. Remember
I
is
had
that?
a
not-
membership, Chad.
What
This
happened
is
to
not
that?
Pornhub, all right? This is not Pornhub.
What's Pornhub?
Okay. All right. No, it's not that kind of college video where they're, jumping up and down on trampolines.
This is not a
with
wet
little
t-shirt
kids.
contest?
Right.
Jeez.
It is.
Come on, Austin.
It's no fun. I want to play you this college video,
All right.
and I want to get your thought on this college video.
Uh-oh.
This is, I think, Phoenix.
Oh, I've seen this.
Oh, yes.
You're offensive. Police lives matter.
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to do school.
What?
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
You have the same sticker.
We've got a Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school.
Nobody's kicking you out.
Yeah, you just said we have to leave.
No, I said you're making the
You
space
said it makes me feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
But you're white. Do you understand what a multicultural space? It means you're not being centered.
White's not a culture?
No, it's not a culture. It's white is not a
No,
culture.
having your
Say it
pants
into the
down around your
camera.
ankles,
You
that's
think
a culture.
whiteness is a culture?
This is insane.
So anyways, this is the violence that ASU does, and this is the type of people that they protect. Okay, this white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is why we need a multicultural
How does
space.
she know he's a
Because
man?
they think they can get away with this shit.
I'm gonna sit here the whole time and you can find somebody to kick me out.
That's cool. We
We're not
will.
kicking you out. We're asking you to leave if you have any consideration for people of color and our marginalization.
So clearly
Is there a room
don't.
that I can go?
Yeah,
Shakiri,
the
what?
whole rest of the campus, the second floor, the first floor.
Can you stop that
the
video
whole
right there?
MU, every
So he's got a Police Lives Matter sticker on the back of his laptop. I don't know if you can see it
It
there.
just says police matters.
Police Matters. And
Yeah.
then on the one guy's t-shirt, it says something about Biden being ridiculous.
Right.
I don't know exactly what it says. But they come up to these two kids at,
Minding their own
Men,
business.
men.
at ASU, these two guys, randomly minding their own business, doing whatever they're doing. It looks like in a student union.
Basically, nobody's in the place.
Nobody's in the student union. There's a
Right.
couple people in the student union. They're sitting there doing their homework or whatever. They got a Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
They
Of
got-
course.
you ruined my take.
They got it.
Damn it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're minding their own business. Go ahead. Can we continue on with this?
Every single part of the campus centers you. This is the only space that you're not centered, and you're still trying to center yourself, which is peak white cis male bullshit.
Peak white cis male.
You are racist. Your sticker is racist because police, that's a job. You can choose to be a police. I don't choose to be black.
What? What's the argument? I'm sorry.
No,
what?
You can.
So being a police officer is racist in its entirety.
Trudeau chooses to be black.
Yes, he certainly does. Does he not?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Did I hear that right? If you choose to be a police officer,
therefore you're
therefore
racist.
You are racist regardless of your color.
Correct.
If you're Asian, black, white, Hispanic, and you're a police officer, you're racist, according to this woman right here at Arizona State University. Is that the understanding?
Isn't the Arizona State University the one that's online?
No, I
that's
think
Phoenix. Never
right. Right. Go ahead. Can we play
You can choose to be a cop. You can choose to kill people with a badge, and you're protecting that shit, which means that you're racist.
Okay.
I know, but this offends us automatically because these people kill people like me and like us, right?
Wow.
You're promoting our murderers.
She just called them murderers,
You're
and they're
promoting
sitting there.
our
Okay, I can't even.
murderers.
Yes, you're promoting murders.
All right. Do you want me to rain on your parade now?
Do you have to?
And
Of
now
course.
and now the news.
Of course. And now the news.
You said you were going to play the video and want to know what my
I want to know your thought.
Honestly, my thoughts are this is all made up. This is a staged video.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think they're all working together. They made this
I
up.
absolutely don't think
this is just a propaganda piece. And here's the reason why. There's just too many. There's too many.
They ended up leaving in the end.
There's too many props.
The Chick-fil-A.
The Chick-fil-A cup. When I watched this video, I got strung along until the end of the video. I finally noticed the Chick-fil-A cup at the end of the video. And that's when I stopped myself and I said, oh,
So
come on.
who's
Really?
putting-
We got to put the Chick-fil-A cup into the mix, right?
If that's the case,
Is there even a Chick-fil-A? I want to find out if there's a Chick-fil-A within 25 miles of ASU University.
I bet they have one right on campus.
They're
Where
probably-
Chloe went to campus, they had a Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks and all right on campus. Right on campus.
Did she go to Starbucks and they probably pissed in her coffee too, right? They knew she was going to be a cop.
Yeah, they knew automatically that
Yeah.
she was going to be a cop.
Well, she's
so-
white.
Of course
Right.
She's white. She's related to you.
Right. Of course, she's
Of
already
course,
racist.
they do
of
that.
course.
They do that at Starbucks. So
the Honey Crisp apple from Kirby's doesn't fall too far from the tree, you know.
Sure, of course, because that's
So
what
anyway,
everyone thinks.
I honestly think
But who?
that this is
okay.
a propaganda piece.
By whom?
Russia, China, these kids screwing around. I mean, look, there is a lot of money.
I don't hear a Russian accent.
There is a lot of money to be made in
social
in
media.
hits, right?
How many
This
hits
could
does
be-
this have? Millions?
This could be
I don't know.
a propaganda piece. It really could be.
There is a Chick-fil-A on the Arizona State University campus.
So it just made it easier to get the prop. I can pivot.
Or they're
I can
just-
pivot with the best of them here.
Or they're just having lunch in the student union, and it's not something that is made up. But you think
Well,
it
is
is
there
because
anything else
he's
that's
got a police
obscure?
lives matter. The other guy has an anti-Biden T-shirt on.
He doesn't have a mouse pad. What about that? Wouldn't he have a mouse pad?
No, because none of that generation. Austin, do you use a mouse?
Do you have a maxi
What?
pad?
I use a mouse.
You use a mouse?
With my laptop, of course.
My daughter doesn't use a mouse with her
Is
laptop.
there anything else in there that's a little strange? Maybe we should rewatch it to look for strange things.
Okay, so you think it's a propaganda piece
I
put
do.
out by, I don't know, evildoers somewhere.
Or them just to make money. It could be purely just from a monetization standpoint. A group of kids got together, a couple
Said, "You
black
wanna make
kids, a
some
couple
money for
white
some
kids,
weed?"
and said, let's try to make some money. Pay our tuition.
We need some money for weed.
They had to pay for their vaccines.
Right.
They're
So
free
let's do this.
vaccines.
Let's make this video. It'll go viral.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People will be outraged.
It'll be on Kimberly's Revolution.
Right. They'll be debating whether or not it's real or fake
And they're watching, laughing at everybody debating it.
because
That's
they're
my
making
take.
money.
Yeah.
All right, let's replay the whole thing. Let's look for oddities.
No, we don't have to replay the
Yes,
whole thing.
we need
but-
to now because I got to look a little closer.
We caught all the oddities.
No, there's got to be more.
I mean, what oddities, again, the Chick-fil-A, it's got the police thing. The
tone of voice. We know what the white men, which I didn't ask them what their preferred pronouns were, but the white men in the
Cis
video,
male.
they didn't get They didn't get pissed off or anything. They were being confronted on a very.
You can't get pissed off. Are you kidding me?
They're sitting there with their Chick-fil-A cups, their Police Live Matter bumper stickers on their laptops, and they're not going to get fired up if they get approached by these angry.
The I Hate Joe Biden t-shirt.
They're being videoed. The right thing to do is obviously stay calm.
Wouldn't one of them have a MAGA hat on though, if it was a true prop?
Yeah. Good point.
I mean, I just think that
the one does get mad right in the last 20 seconds that we didn't
go back to the beginning, Austin. We got a couple minutes.
But my thought is, I mean, what's their option? They don't have. You can't get mad because then guess what happens?
Yeah,
they blow up.
That becomes part of the.
It goes to the ASU front office. They're kicked out of school. Right. That's your option. Is if you get mad and throw something at these women. Then, oh my God, right? The shit is going to fly.
They're white males. They never should have been let into that school in the first place.
Of course. With that aside, if they react, any reaction is going to be taken.
I agree.
And they're going to run it up the chain and they're going to be out of school. They're going to be out of college. So they cannot react as most of us would react by saying, bitch, back it down and go away. And you're in my space.
You have to agree, though, there has been some level of the racial divide that has been occurring in this country for the past couple of years has been contrived, right? I mean, we hear all about Russian interference and the Chinese interfering by what's the terminology that they use? What basically when they're manufacturing this racial divide. Well, this could be it. This would be a perfect way to do it, right?
Right.
I'm not asking to
pit Americans against other Americans
on a phony straw man racial issue that none of us otherwise would have.
Right.
So, it could be that Russia or China through brokers, through agents in America are paying people to make these videos.
This kind of video.
It doesn't mean that you're going to hear Russian accents in the video. It just means that these college kids, just like you can go give blood and make a quick $75 or go make a semen donation and make that's right, Tom. What did you tell me you get to do that? Like $100?
$7, Chad.
You get $7 when you do it.
Are there more of Toms out there? Are there more of just Toms in the two?
No, it's just Tom.
Just
Tom.
me.
Just Tom.
So anyway, I don't know.
That's okay. That's your take. It's a good take.
Yeah, it seems very staged to me. Because I would have hauled off and decked somebody if I was one of those kids. Yeah, but then you'd be
out of school.
That's all right. Who needs school?
But I can imagine people acting this ridiculous because
I have this podcast to fall back on.
People are
these Gen Zers.
It doesn't pay you anything. I'm just going to let you know.
These Gen Zers are crazy like that, though.
They are.
So maybe she was nuts about being triggered.
They get triggered
by it.
They are ridiculous.
Look, I could tell you like a story or two from when I was in college a couple of years ago of this kind of, not necessarily this extreme, but like the one time. So, quick story. There was a stabbing on campus, some sort of altercation, and someone got stabbed. And so
where'd you go to college?
This was at
Brockport. At Brockport.
Brockport. That's where I got my
figures.
Okay. And so over the intercom, over the PA or whatever, and as I said, like, all right, if you're on, this part of the campus, be on the lookout for a black male, 6'3", in a green hoodie heading, west. He's, armed or whatever. And the next day in the student newspaper, there was an article about how racist that description was because they said he was black.
But that's what happens when you give it. I believe me, I know. Being in news for so long, in radio.
Is that what you called it, Kimberlina?
That's what I called it. But yeah. So was it a black guy?
It was a black guy. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And the thing that stuck me on that issue was the guy who wrote that article was Jamaican, and then he was asking to be
Jamaican me crazy
called African American.
Yeah, man.
Which Jamaica is not in Africa.
Who,
just say.
Right, exactly.
So who called in the report? Was that George Zimmerman or who was that?
Exactly. But I thought the whole thing was interesting, and that's why I brought it up. All right. I just want to go Nancy on the budget. Can I, of course,
All right.
Oh,
did
the
you know that
devil herself.
the 3.5 trillion isn't going to cost
That's
anything?
all?
That's what Biden said.
Free.
It's
3.5 trillion is zero. And Nancy?
Not about a dollar amount. The dollar amount, as the president said, is zero. This bill will be paid for. Not about.
Why is she giving the white supremacy signal? Why is she making the white supremacist hand sign? Nancy?
Not about a dollar amount. The dollar amount, as the president said, is
Look at that.
zero.
White
this bill will be
supremacist.
paid for.
Right? That's okay for Nancy. And I'm just going to tell you, as a person watching Kimberly's Revolution on the We the People Podcast Network, you are not allowed to do this. You are not allowed to do this.
If
you do that, that means you're a white supremacist. You're a member of the, what's the name of the group?
KKK.
The Proud Boys. The Proud Boys. Nancy Pelosi can give the white supremacist signal, but you cannot. You cannot. Hey,
Right.
Nancy, how much is it going to cost?
As the
You know what's
president said,
crazy?
is zero. This bill will be paid for.
Is she always struck me as just the look and the language and her dialect. It's always just struck me as evil to the core.
Skeletor? She looks
Kathy
like she looks
Hochul-
like Skeletor.
Kathy Hochul has literally jumped right in to that role and maybe even surpassed Nancy Pelosi.
What did I tell you?
She is
The devil you know is better than the one you don't.
You did. You
Right? And now we're seeing that.
If-
We're seeing it
If Tom
firsthand.
wants to go get that piece of tin foil, I'll be glad to put it on my head. But I alluded to this a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was on this show or my show, or maybe it was on somebody else's show.
Shannon's show.
Sure.
That always makes me happy.
But I
At this
really
point,
think,
I don't think anything makes you happy.
I really think Cuomo was. I think he was pushed out of office. I think it got to the point where.
Do you think the
Big
whole
Pharma-
women thing made it all up?
Well, no, it wasn't made
I
up.
don't think you're wrong on this. I think you're going down the right path.
It wasn't made up. I'm glad you brought me.
He didn't go far enough. They needed somebody that would
Yes,
do it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot that was really where I wanted to go with this, and that is that I don't think those allegations were made up, but I think that they were there. Everyone knew that stuff was going on. Obviously, it goes
Right.
on in any
and it went on
in
for
any
years.
business, any political administration. That stuff
Yeah.
just always goes on.
And now they're going after his brother.
Except for at the We the People podcast studio and at Revere Realty and at the tax. It doesn't go on here.
Right.
But that goes on everywhere.
Sure.
Right. So what Cuomo did or didn't do, he kissed this girl, he rubbed that girl the wrong way. I mean, give me a break. Until somebody alleges that he committed a criminal assault, a rape, an attack. I mean, everything else was just a bunch of let's stack up these chips against him. Right. And then let's see how far we can push him.
Because
Big
he's
Pharma,
not doing what we want him to do,
Yes.
as in do the mandate,
Yes.
make it stick. September 27th, all unvaccinated
Well, back
workers
up.
out.
Back up to June, right? It was in June, right before school was about to end, when he finally either directly or indirectly relinquished all of his executive powers. The legislature supposedly finally came in and removed his emergency powers.
Right.
But let's face it, Cuomo does have a lot of power and clout. He had to more or less go along with that. So Cuomo backs off in early June. Then after school ends, it comes out that the state, basically Cuomo, is not going to direct the Department of Health to issue any mandates or guidance to the schools. So the schools spent all of last year, all of the superintendents, I have their emails. I've read them online or on the show.
Sure.
So the schools, the superintendents, they were saying for 18 months, we don't want to have to do any of this. Our hands are tied.
It's
We're
coming
just
from
listening
Albany.
to the governor. We're
Yes.
just listening to the governor.
Yeah.
Well, Governor Cuomo says you don't have to do this anymore. So now these superintendents should have been jumping up and down. They should have been writing emails to the parents saying,
Joy,
thank God,
joy.
thank God we won't have to mask your kids this year.
Right.
But instead, what did the superintendents do in July and August? They begged Kathy Hochul to mandate them to mandate the kids to wear masks.
And she did.
And then she did. because Cuomo wasn't going to do it. They went to Cuomo and they said, Cuomo, you're going to mandate the masks and you are going to mandate the vaccines. And Cuomo, for whatever reason, maybe he was just tired of being pushed around, because you can tell he's a very stubborn, proud, arrogant Italian male.
Of course.
Right? We all have our personalities. And I bet he got tired and fed up. And then somebody probably started chirping in his ear about all this sexual harassment. And then he probably got pretty damn indignant and said, "Oh, really?" Then there was a lot of "fuck you, fuck me" conversations. Right. Oh, really? Fuck you, fuck, you know how that goes, right? So that's how it went down. And they squashed his ass.
He was never going to be behind mandating for the Bills games. I don't think that was ever going to happen.
No.
I don't think it was.
No, because he knew it would have been political suicide. Mm-hmm. And Kathy Hochul she doesn't have any political capital.
Yeah, she's got
nothing to lose.
She's got nothing to lose.
Everything to gain.
That's right.
She has everything to gain if she plays along.
If she plays her cards right. That is absolutely true.
So it's either big pharma, it's a conspiracy theory, right? But we're actually watching it play out. It's the New World Order. Somebody's in charge of all this. And it certainly isn't Kathy Hochul.
It isn't.
I could have actually believed that Cuomo was the ringleader of all this, because he was a strong, powerful, he had the family lineage. I mean, Cuomo's been around forever. His family's been in power for a long time.
Yes, of course.
So I could have believed that he was at the top of this heap. Well, clearly he wasn't. And we certainly know Kathy Hochul's not at the top of any heap.
She is not.
She's doing whatever the hell she's told, to the point where she's walking around with a necklace on that says she's been vaxxed.
Yeah.
So
right.
We got big problems. We're being controlled right now, and it's not by an American representative republic government.
It is.
We're really not.
We said it before. It's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's very scary.
Buy more ammo, I say.
If they get this budget pass, this calamitous, debt riddled budget, 3.5 million. There's something really stupid in it. I mean, there's a lot of just nothing but trash in this budget. There's a buttload of trash. What was part of the trash that you found, just Tom, on the trees?
They were talking about tree equity.
Have you ever heard of
trees? Are racist, some of them. There's like black elms and there's like white maples and
that there was
spruces.
some areas of inner city neighborhoods
tree
don't have
equity.
As many trees as other areas.
Well, that's because they live in the city and there's sidewalks and roads
and bike paths.
So
apparently
this $1 billion or more than $1 billion,
$1 billion for tree equity
is going to go to planting trees in urban areas. Apparently,
can't people just plant their own trees? How expensive is it?
Does a tree grow in Brooklyn? That's honest in my question.
I don't know.
Is it plant cells or is it animal cells that have mitochondria?
But I guess the question would be here is it the responsibility of our
this multiple choice?
Is it the responsibility of our federal government to get to a local level? And I mean, isn't that the job of the local government?
$1 billion for tree equity, mind you.
Equity and inclusion?
Tree equality.
Tree equality.
Correct.
What kind of happy horse shit is that?
Are trees gender neutral?
Honestly, tree equality. Okay, that's fantastic. There's also like 9 other examples of.
Laura McFarland says, "How do we fix it, Chad?" I'm not sure if this was before or after you posed that question, but I already answered it.
Buy more ammo.
Buy more ammo. They're also. We need a T-shirt that says "Buy more ammo."
Yes.
Yeah. We need another T-shirt.
With the We the People podcast network.
We need another T-shirt. Buy more ammo.
That's going to be on the back of the Got Freedom for my podcast.
All right.
The Got Freedom T-shirt.
I can arrange that.
On the back, I want
and
to
then
say
Laura,
buy more ammo.
Laura, you can go out and buy a T-shirt that says "Buy more ammo." There is $10 billion of this $3.5 trillion package that is going to create a civilian climate corporation.
That makes sense.
And they will
Sounds
put
like a nice non-for-profit.
A diverse generation of Americans to work conserving our public land and water. They're taking 10 billion. If you can wrap your head around that amount of money, 10 billion for Americans to sit in an office and figure out how to.
That's a nonprofit kickback.
It's a bullshit. Again, it's all happy horse shit.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Wait, I just have a quick question. These trees that they're going to plant,
Tree equity.
if money grows on trees, this actually might be a good investment.
Right.
That's
Good
how the
point.
federal government. That's how it costs $0. Nancy
We're
Pelosi's
going to grow
point-
money.
Yeah, it's a net neutral on the budget.
Yeah.
The trees will grow their own money.
They're gonna spend $175 billion in subsidies for electric vehicles. The kind of vehicles that won't get us here in Western New York from point A to point
Do you
B.
think they can subsidize this show?
That would be fantastic. That's what we really need.
We need
grants.
Nancy Pelosi to sponsor We the People podcast network.
She'll give the white supremacist signal. Nancy is all about it.
If she comes on our show and gives that signal,
do not do this at home or wherever.
Oh.
Do not try. This is dangerous. You can only get by with this is if you're a liberal.
So
That's
you're
it.
saying, Kimberlina, that we will take their money.
We need a grant writer for this show. Yeah.
absolutely.
Fucking A, right. Let's do it.
We
We'll
gotta-
get someone
we gotta
that knows
get-
how to write grants.
We got to get what we got coming, right? We got to get ours.
Who knows how to write a grant? Anybody ever done any grant writing?
No,
I
don't write.
You don't take pictures either, but I digress.
Wow,
But-
we start the show and end the show.
That's
That's how we
what
roll.
I'm talking about.
Listen,
That's how we
princess.
button up the circle.
That's the beauty, baby.
That's how we button up the circle.
That's what I do. That's what it is. Kimberly's Revolution. We are glad that you guys, everyone, joined us today.
we
are
thank our sponsors.
super happy. And we thank our sponsors, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture, Taylor Heating and Plumbing, of course, Express Sealers, and also Precision Lawn and Garden because they have snow blowers. If you don't have kids like Chad, you need a snowblower because the kids have to go out and shovel the driveway.
Kids don't do that.
One of our
anymore.
sponsors does crack filling too, right?
Express Sealers. He does fill your crack in your driveway. That's what Brian does. You met Brian, right?
Oh yeah, I've met Brian several times. He was
Yeah.
at our party.
He was at the party. And of course, thanks for all the apples that Julie brought by today because we ate all the apples that she brought on Friday night. They were delish.
And one last shout out to my wonderful sister-in-law in Denver who gave us those beautiful cakes. Those were
I
so
didn't
good.
get
I
any
didn't
of the-
get any either.
What is your sister-in-law's name?
Beata Boberico.
Beata
Thank you.
Bobrito.
Send another one.
Yes, because we didn't get any of that cake.
Send more cake.
But people did enjoy the
We
cake.
fight over that cake at home. We get it for the holidays because my wife's birthday is on Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my wife's
This is
birthday is on
delish.
Christmas. So every year for the past probably 10 years now, I go to Orion's and I started off
Which
getting-
is right down the street from me.
Yeah, it's right in that gated community in North Greece. Yeah.
That's true.
So I started off getting a small one and it was just such a hit. So now I have to buy two of the largest ones they have. They have 12-inch ones. They have 8-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch.
You always go with big 12
You
inch.
got to get the 12-inch big
Yeah,
black
go-
chocolate
go-
cakes. They're
Go
phenomenal.
big or go home.
They're absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, we went to that black
Did he
chocolate
just
cake
say-
and we haven't gone
Did
back.
somebody just say big black 12-inch?
Yeah.
We haven't gone back.
Austin did.
Austin
He's
did.
a big
What?
fan.
Hey, well,
Us cake.
hey, I just keep me out of this.
You guys are sick. It's a good cake.
It's a good cake. All right. That's going to do it for Kimberly's Revolution on the We the People podcast network. We're glad all the Patriots tuned in. If you want to buy a t-shirt, where, Tom?
You can Venmo me at Thomas Morgan 105, or you can stop by the office at 530 Titus
Bring cash.
Avenue.
Or you can
You can go to the taxopposer.com and click the pay online button. And in the memo section,
memo.
Put your name and address so that we know how to get it to you.
Okay. Very good. So you get all that?
Got all that.
All right. They got all that.
Go
And-
America.
And what do we always say?
God bless even to Kimberly Ray, and be kind to others.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor 500.